we're going to look at what the difference is between red and white muscle tissue. Right, so you've basically got two types of muscle tissue. You've probably got more, but there are two types. One is called the mobilizers. That's the type of muscle tissue that enables you to do a lot. For example, tennis, or you want to do sawing, anything which involves movement, anything at all. There's no point in carrying on with loads of examples. And then the other sort is the red muscle tissue, which is the sort that helps you stay in place. What we're going to do is, this involves you taking hold of one of your wrists. Doesn't matter which one, makes no difference at all. What the important thing here is that you take hold of it and you squeeze it with this hand, whichever hand, as hard as you possibly can. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And you squeeze it as hard as you possibly can, so hard that it starts to hurt the hand that's doing the squeezing. And it goes absolutely white. You know, the squeezing hand will go white, but you have to keep doing it. Now, to start doing it, I've just got a drink. Okay. So you squeeze hard as possible. Right, so what we're trying to do is we're not interested in this hand here. It's not in the slightest bit of interest. What we're interested in is the other hand. Yeah, in this case, this one for me. And because what we're trying to do with this is my right arm, okay, this is my right arm here. So what I'm trying to do with my right arm is I'm trying to deactivate the mobilizers and activate the stabilizers. So the harder you can squeeze, the better. I mean, I don't stop the blood supply in this hand, but you really, as much as you possibly can, squeeze it hard. Okay, so you keep going. We're not stopping yet, I'm afraid. You need to really squeeze. We need to do this for at least 2-3 minutes. I mean, the longer the better, because it's very obvious what's going on. So keep squeezing. I mean, my hand's going a bit red, slightly worrying, but I know it's not going to hurt me. So the mobilizers are the ones which you use for movement, yeah, and the stabilizers are the ones which you use for not movement, for holding the body in position, and to a large extent, I believe also for holding the body parts together. Because the red muscle tissue passes in strands through the white muscle tissue. It's not like you've got one muscle that's red muscle tissue and one muscle that's white. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, you've got strands of red passing through the middle of the white, and maybe the other way around for all I know. I don't know. So, okay, so keep squeezing very tight. Okay, now just watch me first before you do the next bit. So you are still squeezing. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to actually very slightly undo the squeezing hand, and you're going to release the other one. And don't move this one. Keep it exactly where it is. Yep, go for it. Okay, right. So I'm assuming you've done it. Don't open or close it. Do nothing like that. So now what you're going to do is a bit like we did on the legs. You're going to try to open it, but no movement whatsoever. So have the feeling of what it feels like when you open your hands. Okay, now do the opposite. As if you're going to squeeze the hand. You see it's not moving. So I feel like I'm opening the hand. I'm engaging those muscles. Now I'm squeezing the hand. Now I'm opening. We keep doing this for a bit. And you squeeze. And you open. And you squeeze. You just keep doing it. So there's no perceptible movement at all. And all that's happening is your brain is engaging in the order to do this, and the muscle is trying to respond, but isn't going to. Now, what's happened, if you were squeezing hard enough and long enough, and you know, some people, they give up halfway and then they start again, it doesn't work. So open and closing, open and closing, open and closing, open and closing. Yeah. In a minute, what I'm going to ask you to do, just keep doing it, is I'm going to ask you just to open this hand. Yeah, without any help, just open the hand, right? So in a second, open, close, open, close, open, close. Okay. Now, very slowly, very slowly, open this hand. And I don't know if you've got the same reaction as I have. This hand feels incredibly comfortable. It's set in concrete. It's like it's rock hard because you've engaged your stabilizers, which are holding it beautifully in position. Nothing. And then you try and open it. Frankly, I hate the feeling, so I have to do it manually. Oh. So, and that is me trying to use the mobilizers to open the hand, but they've been turned off. And the stabilizers are very happy in this position and, you know, comfortable. And I hope you got the same feeling that I get on this, because I remember the first time I was taught this, oh, 20 years ago, I think it was, on a course. And I thought, this is fantastic, because I immediately felt it. And it explained so much about this position. So you turn off your mobilizers, and the knees, turn off the mobilizers there, and you settle into this, what felt with here like a very comfortable position. And it suddenly, for me, it explained, that's why people say that once you're in this position here, or here, or here, whatever it is, even on one foot with the toe on the floor, these are much harder positions. You can stay there for ages, because you've engaged the right type of muscle tissue, and it'll just hold you in position. It's fabulous. And you start to get very, very warm, very comfortable, and you start to build energy, because the mobilizers aren't being used anymore. And the energy that you would have been using for those mobilizers is now stored. And you've got it, you don't need any energy for the stabilizers. I mean, they've been triggered, and that's all they need.